here comes Final Jeopardy. The category is literary characters. Think about it.
All right, well, I got quite a long list of notes tonight. Can't wait to dig in. Welcome to the Final Wager. I'm Keith Williams. It's Friday, so I guess I can go a little long. I'm not shoehorned into some schedule right here. Let's talk about the numbers first, because this could be a fun one here. Buzzy 12-8, even though he missed all 3 daily doubles. Tal 11-4, Sanjiv 5800. As Alex likes to say, often incorrectly, it's anyone's game. But that would be correct tonight. Unless Buzzy wagers something like 0, which he's not. 11-4 doubles up, that's going to be 22-8, so Buzzy could wager 10,001 for the lockout. We'll just do 10,000 for now. Minus 2,800, so Sanjiv could wager up to 3,000. And Tal, she could go much bigger. That'd be 8,600, I think. But I'm not too concerned about that, because let's look at what Sanjiv can do. He doubles up. He's going to have 11-6. So Tal just has to wager 200 to cover him. And Buzzy could stay above that, I guess. So I'll put it down here. I don't like it, but you never know. Could be a savvy wager, but it won't be. In other circumstances, maybe. In response to this from Tal, as Sanjiv, I'm going all in here, because I don't want to wager 3,000 and lose to what is a rational wager. And I think I saw some old analysis that I did, and I actually gave that wager the gray, as in I don't want to win, which I think is erroneous, but I wouldn't leave that up to chance. 5,800. So let's look at the other possibilities. If Tal goes with this 8,600, Buzzy could knock on the 1,400 off, so that'd be 7,200. I'm not too concerned about that. Guessing Buzzy's going to go for the lockout. That's 5,800. So definitely cap at 5,800, but we'll get into that in a second. Sanjiv, that'll be a 0 cover. The 3,000 from Sanjiv, that'll put him at 8,800. I don't really see that as all that feasible, but you never know. 2,600, is that right? Yeah, so that's the new cap for Tal. Still good here. 0 cover wagers. 5,600 Sanjiv. Tal 5,600 on the downside. I don't think she should consider that either. But on the upside, Buzzy, 1,400 is the difference there, or 2,800. Sorry. But actually, it would be 2,600 to cover this 1,200. But I'm just going to ignore that for now. So yeah, I'm expecting Buzzy to go 10,001. I hope Tal goes for something like, this is one of those situations where 1401 wouldn't be a bad wager, but I would go for 25.99 here probably, just in case he goes for something strange. Or even, I guess 2,600 will work too. Okay, I guess we start digging in. You could tell tonight, the one thing that comes to mind is that I think Alex fell in love suddenly with Buzzy once they started talking about muscle cars and whatever the difference between a classic car and an antique car is, which I don't know what the difference is. I know 25 years is the common definition of an antique car or classic car.
Literary characters. Here's some clue players. In 1929, London's Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital was given all rights to this character, created 27 years earlier. You have 30 seconds. Good luck.
Okay, I'm going to write this down to start. It might have been 10s or 20s. So it's 1902, character in a hospital, or something that could have something to do with the hospital. Doctor? No. Maybe. Dr. Shot? No. Alright, here we go.
London's in the clue, so you figure it's a character from English literature. We start with you, Sanjiv. You were in third place with 5,800, and you came up with the correct response. Peter?
Nice.
Yeah. And your wager, 5,601. Okay,
that's the bare minimum. Good wager, Sanjiv.
401, and it takes us to Tal, who had 11,400. She wrote down Orphan Annie first, and then she knew that was wrong. She went to Madeline. That, too, is incorrect. It'll cost you how much? 5,000. You dropped to 6,400. Our champion, Buzzy Cohen, He wrote down the correct response. He's going to make it 5 days in a row. With how much?
Wow.
Another 10,001, 22,801, and now 5 days over.
Congratulations, Buzzy.
And Buzzy, you get to relax for 3 weeks. Because next week, we're back in school with the Teachers Tournament. That will be followed by our Power Players Week in Washington, D.C. Have a good weekend, everyone. See you Monday.
You too, Alex. I hope he has a great weekend. He'll be in D.C. Well, he already was in D.C., but it's a different story. Wow. Last week, if you told me that we'd have 2 back-to-back 5-day champions, I probably would have laughed in your face. But when it rains, it pours, I guess. We had, when Von Winchell broke the, I almost said like Winchell factor. When he broke the drought right at the beginning of 2015, he was beaten by Ellie Yates 4 times, but then Ellie was beaten by John Schultz. And then in April of last year, we had a number of 5 or 6 day champions in the month of April. Kerry Green, Alex Jacob, a couple others. I can't remember who they were. Was Dan Feitel in there? I don't know. There were only 2 games in that stretch that did not feature someone who became a 5 or greater day champion, which was pretty cool. And Greg Soroka would have been the most at 7 at that point, assuming he was in April. All right, what do I have here? Okay, the double shoulder brush. Really doubling down on that. Alex's Amy Poehler voice. No. John Deere, Plow that Broke the Plains. I know about him because he was from Middlebury, and there's a big plaque and statue to him in the town center, and that was in the 1860s or 70s. So I think the clue said 1910s, something around that area. So now that was a little bit off, and definitely didn't match the bull part of the clue. Prospect Park Zoo, interesting choice. I would definitely go to the Bronx Zoo. Prospect Park Zoo is nice, but it has nowhere near the variety of the Bronx Zoo. But I know sometimes you need a change of pace. Sanjiv's interview, I'm wondering if anyone's going to latch onto that one. I could think of the sun and the moon and all that stuff. It's tough to talk about yourself on national television, especially in a story like that that's not easily lending itself to good feelings if you spin it the wrong way. Meeting someone at a dump. On Golden Pond, was that what Buzzy was thinking of? On Golden Pond, there was a Pyramid episode for the GSN rerun yesterday where the clue was Taylor Swift, and someone, whoever the player was like, oh, she's tall and she plays guitar, and oh, she's dating Taylor Lautner. Can't do that. Sorry. I thought that was funny. They called Marvin Gaye late great. Was he actually dead when he recorded the song? Otherwise, maybe they should put late in everyone's clue of anyone who's dead. Maybe it was a situation like Unforgettable with Natalie Cole, who died last year, right? And Nat King Cole, who I think was dead at the time that came out. At least the duet, because he recorded his own version. Let's see. I was hoping that Daily Double to see the world, that Buzzy would at least say Shetland pony, which I think would have been funny instead of not matching the category title. And the $2,000 guess that Sanjiv had on Moscow, I said this earlier in the week, if it seems that obvious, it's probably wrong. They're not going to ask you for, if that were the right answer, that'd probably be $400 or $800 clue. And the last thing I have written on here is something else that I mentioned earlier in the week. I could tell from Alex's voice that when Tal got that $1,200 clue in organizations, Alex said, yes, go on, or something in such a way that you knew that Daily Double was in the next box, and she jumped up, Buzzy got the clue, went back down, and found it. Of course, I am probably forgetting the other times when he has... I would have noticed it tonight, let's put it that way. I heard that, and I said, no, go back up, don't go back up, go to the 1600, it's there. And it was there. I'm not always right. Okay, that is enough out of me. Maybe I should put an arbitrary time limit on my discussions, but it's Friday, the week's over. And, I was on Millionaire today. It says burying the lead, really deep, but I was +1 for Aaron McLean, who is the 2000, why am I forgetting this, 2011, 10, 11, 9, damn, how did I forget this, 11, college champ, 12? I get them all confused. We're all just interchangeable. And I won't spoil it, but it was fun to see that on television again. And even if I didn't get on the actual screen, just a little figure in the corner, it was a good time. And I was happy to be there for her. All right, that's enough. Let's go. Enjoy the weekend. And I guess we got teachers on Monday, so quarterfinal action, wild cards. Yeah, brother. This will be fun. See you then, right here on the Final Wager.